Welcome to Books Unboxed. Here, we don't just read books, we unbox their stories one summary at a time. We hope you enjoyed our previous adventures through the pages of great books. Today, we're diving into something different, a world of fantasy and imagination. It's a tale full of mystery, wonder, and surprising lessons. So get ready. Let's unbox this magical journey together. Imagine setting out on a sea journey and ending up in worlds no one believes exist. Tiny people, giants, floating islands, and even talking horses. That's the life of Lemuel Gulliver, an Englishman who wanted to see the world and ended up discovering much more than he expected. So today, we are unboxing a classic fantasy book called Gulliver's Travels, written by Jonathan Swift. Gulliver's Travels is not just a fantasy story, it's a deep and clever book about human nature, told through wild adventures. Chapter 1: The Land of Lilliput, where everyone is. Tiny Gulliver's first voyage ends in disaster. A storm crashes his ship and he washes up on a beach, only to wake up tied to the ground by hundreds of tiny ropes. He has arrived in Lilliput, a land where people are no more than 6 inches tall. To them, Gulliver is a giant, and they treat him like a dangerous creature. At first, the Lilliputians feed him and welcome him. They admire his size and strength, but soon they start using him for their own political games. They're at war with another island, Blefuscu, over something silly. Which end of an egg to break first? The big end or the small end? Gulliver helps them win, but when he refuses to destroy Blefuscu completely, they call him a traitor. He escapes to Blefuscu and is rescued by a passing ship. Chapter 2: The Land of Giants. Brobding Nag. Gulliver's next journey takes him to the opposite world, a land where everything is huge, and he is as small as the Lilliputians were before. In Brobding Nag, he is captured by a farmer and shown off like a tiny circus toy. Later, he is given to the queen and lives in the royal palace. Here, Gulliver sees how strange and even ugly humans look when viewed up close under a giant's eye. The king, a wise ruler, listens to Gulliver talk about England and is shocked by stories of war, greed, and injustice. The king calls English politics the most absurd system ever invented. Gulliver is embarrassed. He starts to realize that his world may not be as great as he once thought. Chapter 3: Laputa, the floating island of thinkers. On his third voyage, Gulliver finds himself on a flying island called Laputa, ruled by people obsessed with science, math, and music. But there's a problem. They are so focused on abstract ideas that they are completely out of touch with reality. Their scientists are trying to extract sunshine from cucumbers or build houses from the roof down. Nothing they do is useful, and their island floats above poor people who are ignored. This is Jonathan Swift's way of mocking people who think too much and feel too little. Intelligence without wisdom is dangerous. Chapter 4: The Houyhnhnms. The wise horses. In Gulliver's final and most important journey, he visits a land ruled by Houyhnhnms, a race of intelligent, peaceful talking horses. They live by reason and honesty. There are no lies, no wars, no greed. But alongside them live the Yahoos, dirty, violent creatures who look just like humans. When Gulliver sees the Yahoos, he is horrified. Are these my kind? He wonders. Compared to the noble horses, humans seem cruel, selfish, and wild. The Houyhnhnms believe they're better off without the Yahoos. Gulliver agrees and wishes to stay with the horses forever. But they ask him to leave. He's too much like a Yahoo. Chapter 5: The Return Home. But changed forever. Gulliver returns to England, but he is no longer the same man. He can't stand to be around humans. Their voices sound like yahoos. Their habits seem foolish. He prefers the company of horses. He lives in a quiet corner of the countryside, far from society, writing down his adventures, hoping that others might learn what he has learned. What does it all mean? 9 to 10. Gulliver's Travels is a fun fantasy, yes, but it's also a deep reflection on the silliness of politics, the pride of humans, the abuse of science, and how we judge others without judging ourselves. Through each land, tiny, giant, flying, or wise, Gulliver learns something about human nature. But the biggest journey is not across the seas. It's the journey of self-discovery. If the story made you think, smile, or wonder, imagine how many more stories are waiting in the pages of books. Subscribe to Books Unboxed for more magical journeys. In simple English for curious minds.